Welcome to the first lead generation course. Today we're going to be looking at the keys to successful free lead generation. Whether you're a new or experienced agent, free lead generation is always something you're going to want to take advantage of. So we're going to be kind of comparing what successful agents and average agents do. Successful agent meaning that, top 20, 10% of all agents out there. And then kind of the average agent meaning, someone that's doing this full time and they're making a decent living at this, but they're not, in the top percents. All right, the platforms you're going to want to be taking advantage of is first is going to be Craigslist. Craigslist is really going to be your best friend starting out. It's going to kind of be what gets your business off the ground and going. Thousands of people go on Craigslist every single day to find their next apartment, so it's a good place to start. Next is going to be Facebook's Marketplace. It's just going to be exactly like Craigslist. You're going to be posting the same way. It's just kind of another avenue. Then Facebook in general, posting on there, building a presence, and also joining groups. Next is going to be Instagram. Instagram is really good to get some more high quality leads. Instagram just takes a little more time to build up. Pinterest is something really good to use. Lots of people go on there all the time to search. It's a search engine, just like Craigslist or Facebook is. But the good thing with Pinterest, though, is there's not a lot of competition there. There are very few agents actually posting on there, so it's really good. You can kind of set yourself apart. Then lastly, referrals. Referrals are the best leads you can get, kind of networking, word of mouth. So those are always really good. All right, starting with Craigslist, we're going to be looking at the average agent. You want to have a minimum of 200 active ads, so that means 200 green ads. And you're going to constantly be renewing and reposting about 50 ads throughout the day. So you'll be, first thing in the morning, you'll renew 20 ads. Around lunchtime, you'll renew 20 more ads. And at the end of the day, when people are getting off work, you'll renew some more ads. What I mean by renewing and reposting, so when you first post an ad, it's going to pop up at the very top of Craigslist. Then as newer ads come on, it's going to slowly start pushing your ad towards the bottom. First thing you're going to want to do is renew your ad. Renewing your ad is going to bring your ad from the bottom all the way to the top. Craigslist will let you renew your ad after 48 hours of creating that ad or reposting that ad. And so that renewing it is going to bring it to the top. But it's only going to let you renew it once. So then after another 48 hours, you want to delete and repost that ad. All you're going to hit is delete, and then it'll give you the option to repost. And then it's just going to bring it right back to the top. So it's just going to be a constant cycle of renewing and reposting the same ads over and over again. That's why you want to make sure you have good quality ads. Renewing button is just going to be right beside the delete and edit button. So the ads you're creating, you want to kind of stay in the price ranges of $600 to $2,000. I wouldn't go any lower than $600, like in the $500 range, just because the quality of leads you will receive, they just won't be there. They'll have like too many issues, or they may have, might not have the income, or just there'll be too much work. You will get a lot of lead or a lot of hits on those ads, that just won't really pay out though. Also, going over $2,000, people that are looking for more than $2,000, they really just don't go on Craigslist to search. You can have one maybe every now and then you get a hit, but for the most part, you want to stick to the average everyday person. So the price ranges I really recommend posting a lot of are going to be like for one bedrooms, be like 700 to 1100 range. Two bedrooms in the 900 to 1200 range. Then three bedrooms over 1,000. Those are really good price ranges to stay in. There's plenty of people looking in those price ranges and lots of options to be able to send them, and the properties pay as well. And you want to have a combination of 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, studios. Have a variety of everything. And then also you want to really focus on your immediate area first. Which is for most of us is going to be Houston. Mainly focus on your hotspots, which for Houston, your hotspots are going to be Southwest Houston and West Houston. So like, Galleria area, Westheimer, Memorial area, things like that are really good markets to start with. And then I would say the next hot markets are like Northwest Houston, so like Tomball, Woodland, Spring, Cypress. Then Southeast, Clear Lake, Gulfgate area, Pasadena, Pearland. Those are all really good areas. A couple areas that we just don't do a lot of business in for the main reason that there's just not a lot of options out there because they just don't, either they don't work with us or there's just generally not a lot of apartments over there anyways, is East Houston. So Northeast we can do a little bit with, Humboldt, Atascocita, Kingwood area we can do a little bit with. But East Houston, we just really don't do anything over there. It's very rare that we can find an apartment that pays us. The only East Houston city we kind of do is Baytown. Baytown is a pretty decent area to do, but that's about it as far as East Houston. So next, you want to be creating a minimum of 5 new ads a day. Now this is the minimum. I always kind of tell people, strive for, let's say, 10 ads a day, and then especially starting out, do 10 ads a day. And then, say you fall short, you're busy that day, you at least hit your 5 ads a day. So, all the ads that you need to be creating, you need to be well crafted. You need to put some time and effort into these ads. You need to put some thought into the title, and you just really think about it. Title is very important. You're wanting to have key terms in there. So key terms can be things like, move-in specials. You can talk about the area. You can talk about some amenities they have, maybe even rental criteria. But really, put some thought into it. If it's right beside, Galleria Mall, it can be, within walking distance of Galleria Mall. You can talk about the amenities they have. But you need to make sure you're putting key terms in there. Put yourself in the person's going to be looking. Put yourself in their shoes. Each property is chosen for a reason. You're not just kind of randomly selecting properties. It's kind of, you're kind of going along the same lines as titles. So, you can be selecting properties for, move-in specials, location, just amenities, or rental criteria. But make sure you have a reason that you're picking each property to advertise, and you're not just kind of throwing stuff against the wall and hoping something will stick. Pictures are shown of the property in the best light. Just make sure you're painting a good picture of the property. It's kind of crazy the day and age we live in, but people still post really bad pictures of the property. They'll have poor lighting, blurry pictures. So there's a couple things you want to avoid, or really awkward angles too. Also, things you want to avoid are like the outside of the property, maybe, or also the clubhouse. So just kind of look for pictures that have good lighting, that are in an open area. Just show the property in a good way. If there's only one good picture of the property, you only have to post one good picture. If there's 8 pictures, great, but if there's only 1 or 2, only post 1 or 2. Then the ads are easy to read. People aren't doing, just one little line or one little paragraph, but you're also not doing a full essay on there. 2 paragraphs is a really good, amount to put on there. So 1 paragraph is going to be about the amenities and the property itself, and another paragraph can be about the surrounding area. And give people a good idea of what they're looking at. All right, so then looking at successful agents. Successful agents have about 800 active ads, and they're going to constantly be renewing and reposting about 100 to 200 ads throughout the day. Their main focus is going to be on apartments over $1,000. So now they have kind of built their foundation. They have a steady stream of clients coming in. So now you can be a little more picky, not having to work with people maybe have a lot of issues, or maybe have really unique situations, or just picky, or they just don't have a budget. So now, once you have that many ads out there, you're getting so many leads, so you can kind of start filtering through them. And also, they're doing multiple markets. They've already kind of made a presence in their immediate market, so now they're moving on to other markets, like, for instance, Dallas. Dallas is a very big market that we do. It's probably the hottest market in Texas right now, so we do a lot over there as well. And then also Austin and San Antonio. Just one thing to be aware with Austin and San Antonio, those are pretty escort heavy, meaning you have to go to the property with your client. So unless you're in those immediate markets, it makes it quite a bit harder for you to get a good presence in there, but you can still do some in there. And then they're going to be creating about 20 new ads every single day. And the ads they're creating, they kind of grab your attention without outrageous headlines or pictures. They're putting a lot of thought and effort into it. They kind of tweak their process, and they know what kind of works and what grabs their attention. They're trying to stand out because there's thousands of ads on Craigslist. and you want people to see that one ad, so you got to do something to stand out. So that's what they have figured out. So I'll kind of show you an example of some ads that do stand out. Ads, they have ads of the properties, but also ads, offering their services and explaining their services and how they work. And I'll give you an example of that later, but it's, saying, you're an apartment locator. You can have ads targeting specific groups. It can be things like people relocating, people needing second chance properties, people needing luxury properties downtown, just specific things. So you can have ads targeting specific things out there. Those are really, really good. And then custom pictures. And kind of what I mean by this is, one, they may be, taking a general picture and then putting their own touch on it. They may be putting logos, pictures on top of the pictures, or, putting some writing on that, or they may be taking their own pictures. Taking your own pictures is a really good way to stand out, because 90% of people on Craigslist, they're just using the pictures that are on the property's website, so everyone has the same pictures. So if your pictures are a little bit different than everyone else's, they stand out, and you're going to get a lot more hits on those.
All right, I wanted to talk about the number one reason why, some people may be struggling. If you're struggling or you're getting bad leads, the reason is because you don't have enough ads out there. Whenever someone comes to me and says, they're struggling or all they're getting is bad leads, first thing I'm going to do is ask you to pull up your Craigslist account. Every single time, without fail, their Craigslist account is only about 50 ads, give or take. They never have a large Craigslist account. I have never seen anyone struggle that has too many ads. When someone has too few ads, they always struggle. You're not having to put money into it. All you're having to put time into it. So if you put the time into it, you'll be just fine. But if you're getting these bad leads or you're not getting enough leads, it's because you just don't have enough out there. You're getting the people that are getting turned down by everyone else. They're still looking around and they just don't have any other options. So if you want to be successful in this and not struggle or not deal with these bad issues, put more volume out there and you'll be successful and be just fine.
Next, we're going to be looking at a couple different agents' Craigslist accounts. The first one has 654 active ads. As you can see, this particular agent has a lot of luxury, a lot of offering they're saying they're apartment locators, a lot of luxury second chance properties. None of them are cheap, but they have so many ads out there that the more people that are looking for more expensive things are able to find them easily. This is an agent that will do about 60,000 on their first year. This next agent, this current account we're looking at has about 373 total active ads right now, and they have a lot of second chance stuff on this account. They actually have 3 different accounts. Between the accounts, they have about 1,500 active posts. This is the account of an agent that'll probably do around $100,000 a second. All right, this is a good look at what a good ad of a property looks like. As you can see, it's nothing special. It's a 1-bedroom for $881. The title of it is just granite countertops, hardwood flooring, washer and dryer in every home, just kind of showcasing the amenities. And then I have about 7 pictures on here. So, featured pictures, obviously incredibly important. You want to stick to either the living room or kitchen. This is the first picture they're going to be seeing on the outside, so make sure that's really the best picture as a featured picture. And I just kind of continue to paint the picture of the property. And then I just have about 2 paragraphs. I have 1 paragraph kind of talking about the property a little bit, and then I have it listing all the amenities that are offered. This next one is actually one of our more higher traffic posts. It's a second chance property, broken lease, eviction, misdemeanor property. Now this is one that have a little writing on it, and kind of people can see what it's talking about a little more, even if they didn't look at the title of it. They can see the picture and see it's second chance apartment homes. Contact us, we work with, and then I have what we'll work with, and a few pictures of the property, and then sometimes I'll put even more pictures on here. I'll put our logo on there as well. Then actually on these I'll have a little bit more on here. You need to know the best second chance properties, work with the experts, Texas apartment experts. Then I have some more about what we do. Our service is completely free. We help you qualify fast and easy. Then I kind of have what we work with, how we work with them. Then I have our reviews down here and kind of all the areas that we work with. All right, next is Facebook's Marketplace. It's going to be pretty much the same as Craigslist. You're going to have pictures, you're going to have a body, you're going to put the rent in there. So I didn't put too much in there. The main difference with looking at Facebook's Marketplace to Craigslist is Craigslist. You can really just put volume on there. Facebook's marketplace, they regulate a little more. You can't have too much on there. If you do post a tremendous amount on there, they will get to the point where they actually just don't allow you to post on the marketplace anymore. So average agent, have about 10 to or 1 to 10 ads covering different properties across the city. Successful agents have a little more, 20 ads. You can put a little more than 20, but the maximum I would really do is 30 ads. So here's an example of one of my Facebook Marketplace ads. As you can see, it's kind of the one I used earlier. I kind of tested on Facebook or on Craigslist. You want to bring whichever ads perform really well on Craigslist. Those are the ads you want to bring over first to Facebook. So it's kind of the same thing, second chance. This is what it is. It's $900. Then have a little something about the property. And I'll kind of show you real quick how to post on here. It's actually really easy. It's very, very simple. It doesn't take too long at all. So, first of all, you go to your marketplace. I'll kind of start from the beginning. Marketplace is going to be somewhere over here. Then you'll click on sell something. And then home for rent. Just kind of click apartment, kind of go through it. You don't have to put the square footage in there, but put the number of bedrooms, bathrooms. Area, I always recommend kind of changing the area a little bit. For some reason, if you just leave it at this, I don't know if it's just me, but it always puts mine as Austin, Texas for some reason. So, make sure that's the correct area you're putting that in. And then price range per month, cat and dog, then you kind of put your pictures down here and then a little description about the property. Hit post, and it's that simple. You can kind of check out your post later. All right, next we're going to be looking at Facebook groups. It's really easy. This one I'm looking at right now is just apartment for rent. I'm already a member of these, so you can just kind of look at these. And there's plenty of people. They just kind of go on here and they'll post things about their property. Some of them will be private owners. Some of them will be real estate agents. But it's a really good way to get a lot of leads, a lot of good leads. Joining these are really, really important. Join as many as possible, so you can post a couple on this one, then you can go to the next one, and you can post a couple on there, and you can just continue to do it over and over and over again. Next, we're going to be looking at social media, and we'll be kind of grouping together Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. This will be kind of scratching the surface. There's going to be a whole other video covering social media just because it's a whole other beast in itself. But we're just going to be kind of scratching the surfaces. Enough to kind of get you started in the right direction. Then we'll kind of go into a little more detail, kind of tips and tricks thing. But dealing with social media, I truly believe there's no average agent when it comes to social media. Agents either are extremely successful in doing it and produces a lot of leads for them, a lot of quality, and they're able to generate a very good business from social media, or they post every now and then, maybe a couple times a week, to not even on social media at all, and they're just really they get no leads from it. It's not really even worth doing their time if you're not going to commit to it. So a big thing with social media is just kind of committing to it, being consistent with it. So with Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, you need to be posting consistently a minimum of 1 to 2 posts every single day on each platform. You want to make sure you're posting interesting and engaging content that people want to follow. I'll kind of give you an example of a couple of good things. You just want something that people like to look at, they want to follow, they want to be interested in, and then you want to engage with your audience. If someone leaves a comment on your post, comment back. Also ask your audience questions is a good thing. Kind of get them involved with your social media is really, really good. We kind of already covered Facebook groups. They're kind of a great way to get lots of easy leads. Simply post on there offering your services or of a property. But a big thing is actually managing your social media posts. Tailwind or Hootsuite make it really, really easy to do that. What they are is they manage your social media. You are able to, within, let's say, an hour, 2 hours, once a week, you can kind of sit down. You can schedule all of your postings throughout the week. You can schedule the time, the content, pictures, and everything where you want to post. I personally use Tailwind. Tailwind is good for Instagram and Pinterest. I don't believe they have Facebook on it at the moment. Tailwind actually has a free version that allows you to post on there. If you get their upgraded version, which I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure, I think it's like $11 to $12 a month. your post will actually automatically post on there at your scheduled time. But if you're using their free version, which I recommend, just get it, try it out. You can schedule your post. You'll just have to do your posting through their app. So you go to Tailwind's app, you'll hit post, and it'll open up your social media account. And you can post on there. It'll save everything to that. So that's a really good way to kind of schedule it. Hootsuite is another really good one. Hootsuite, I think, does Facebook and Instagram. Hootsuite, they have a free version, but it's only for a certain amount of time, like a couple weeks or something like that. Hootsuite is not a really, really good one. A lot of people like. It's automatic posting. It just makes it super, super easy. So you're not having to, say you want to do a post around lunchtime and then post around dinner time. You're not having to actually take time out of your day to do that. It's automatically doing it for you. And that's a great way and for a really reasonable amount to build up leads. But just make sure you're posting something that people want to follow. All right, looking at a couple of social media accounts. This is mine that I do. And it's just some interesting stuff, pictures of the property. I have a few, funny little memes on there. Have some of my Craigslist posts that I use, and they get lots of interest. Let's see, that one's 43, 48, 49, 51. So some get more, so you can kind of throw stuff out there, see what works. Like, for example, this one, people didn't really like this one. Even the meme wasn't that good, but pictures of more high rises got a lot of good hits. It's the second chance stuff gets really good hits. Move-in special got really good hits. Just pictures of the city do really good. I also do like current events and things like that. So that's kind of a few examples. Like I like to do, I'll do apartments. I'll do like more luxury stuff. I'll also do some current events, what's kind of happening in the city. And then I'll just kind of showcase, different parts of the city. This is Kessia's account. Hers is really good. She has almost 500 followers on there. Leasing Chica, you can go follow her. She has quite a few good posts on here. About 41. That's really good, really clean. She puts some time and effort into these. But it's really good, and I know she gets leads from this, and they're all really good. But she puts time and effort into them, and she gets results from it. Funny enough, actually, one of her best performing is a broken lease ad, so that's why she likes to do that. Lots of luxury second chance stuff. All right, last free lead source is going to be referrals. Referrals are the best possible leads you can get. It's just you have done something right. You've either left an impression on someone or you've offered such a great service that people want to refer people to you, but it's a really good way. These type of leads are very high conversion. I want to say around 70% of the time you get a referral, they will more than likely, lease through you. They're not going to find some other thing or kind of leave you. Referrals are really, really good to get. There's a couple different ways you can get referrals. So looking at kind of the average agent, what you kind of need to be doing to kind of get your business going is personal referrals, talking to, friends and family and, making sure everyone knows what you do. You talk to everyone, talk to your friends and family, constantly ask them, hey, do you know anyone else that's looking to move? Because we can help them. So it's really, really easy. Ask all of your clients for referrals. If you do a good job, they will send you people. If you leave an impression on them, they will send you people. You don't have to pay anything for it. But just a lot of agents just don't ask for it. Make sure you are asking for the referral. It's very easy, but a lot of people forget. And you can pay up to $50 per referral. But if you do a good job, you don't have to. There have been many times where I've seen an agent, they'll lease one client, and that client will refer someone, and then so on and so forth. There was one particular situation I'm thinking about that one lease turned into 5 leases because each person referred someone, they referred someone else, and just kept going on and going on. There was another agent that actually helped someone find a home. The apartment didn't pay us, but he treated them so well, they liked him so much that they actually turned into lifelong clients. They continually referred people to him. They didn't help him with this apartment, but he helped him with the next apartment and then eventually helped him into a house. So that one lease, that probably turned into, 10 to 20 other leases and then a home sale as well. And he might have also gotten other home sales from it as well. But referrals are really, really good. These networking, it's very important. Then what successful agents do, so on top of getting like personal referrals, they'll get professional referrals. These are referrals coming from leasing agents at the apartment communities. They can send us people. If you build a good relationship with them, whenever they can't help someone, they can always refer them to you. Because the leasing agents there, they want to kind of help out every single person. Even if they can't help them at that community, they want to give a good impression on them. So most of the time, they will send them to someone. So good properties to target. The best one to target are properties that are full because they can turn people away right then and there. So say they're full on one bedroom. So whenever someone comes in for one bedroom, they can just send them to you. Those are hands down the best properties to target. The next best are going to be properties that maybe they're a little more expensive for the area. So people that might not have that $15, $16, $1,700 budget, but they do have a decent budget. They might not be able to afford that, but that leasing agent can refer them to you. Also, properties that do not accept any specific rental criteria. Those are always good. Say they don't work with broken leases, misdemeanors, evictions, felonies, even bad credit. They can refer them to you, and then you can help them out. So those three are really good to target. So properties that are full, luxury properties, and properties that don't accept any issues, any bad rental criteria. And then getting referrals from other agents. It's always really good to network with other agents. There are multiple agents that we work with that will send us referrals, and just whenever they can help them. Some of them are luxury agents, and if they don't have a $1,500 budget, then they don't even care, so they'll just send them to us. Some they don't care about apartments; they only do home leases or home sales. So if ever a client is looking for an apartment in between their next home, they can send them to us. We can help them out. And so it's just a really good way to kind of get it going. Again, you can pay up to $50 for a referral. I wouldn't do any more, and if they're not a licensed agent, you can't do it. Check will allow you to do any more than that. But they are a party to the transaction. You can do a little bit more. But $50 is pretty much a good one. But if you give a good impression, then you don't really have to pay anything. So that's going to end it for this training course. There are going to be 2 other training courses looking at lead generation. The next training course is actually going to be looking at paid lead generation, looking at like AdWords, paid sponsored ads on Facebook and Instagram, and a few other tips, a few websites that have actually people actually searching on there, and they're paying to search on there, and they just need help finding a place. So there's a couple websites like that I'm going to show you. That'll be in the next one. Then we'll also have the social media training. I hope everyone felt this was informative and they got some good information to take away from this. And I wish you all the best and most success. Thank you so much. Last free lead source we're going to be covering is referrals. Referrals are the best leads you can get. These type of leads have about a 70% conversion rate. There's just something about coming from another person's mouth. They seem to trust us so much more, which they should, because you've left a good impression on the person before, and that referral believes that you will leave that same good impression on them. So networking is a huge deal in this business, and if you're done right, can be extremely lucrative for you. So the average agent gets more personal referrals. These are referrals from your clients or friends and family. Basic thing, make sure all your friends and family know what you do. Know that you can help people find an apartment, you can help people find a home, and that if they're ever looking, if they ever know anyone looking, just send them to you. Really easy. Also, this is one thing that too many agents do, is they don't ask their clients for referrals. Ask your clients for referrals. They have friends that they're going to be looking. So especially if they're a good client, ask them for referrals, because I have seen numerous times where, and this is a specific situation, is one of our agents leased a client, and then that client referred another person, and that client referred someone else, and they referred someone else, and it just kept going. And so that one lease turned into 5 separate leases. And then there was another situation where an agent was helping someone find an apartment. The apartment actually didn't pay him, so he didn't get paid for helping find that apartment. But later on, he helped lease that person 2 more times after that apartment and helped them find their home. And then all that, this was over like a 4 year span. And then these people liked this agent so much that they constantly referred people to him, didn't ask for any money or anything like that. Whenever they heard someone was looking, they said, "Oh, go contact this person. He will put your best interests first." So, even though he didn't lease that one person and didn't make any money on that one person probably turned into a total of 10 to 20 leases because of referring, and it also turned into a home sale. That home sale probably also turned into other home sales. So just that one client was a big deal, putting their interests first and doing just a good job. Successful agents, on top of doing personal referrals, they also get professional referrals. Professional referrals meaning referrals from leasing agents at the apartment communities. They can send us good good leads as well. Whenever they can't help someone, they want to be helpful and give that person an option. So a couple reasons why a leasing agent would turn them away is, say they're full. The property just doesn't have any more 1 or 2 bedrooms available. They can send them our way. Say they have a issue on their background, and they can't help them, they can send them our way. Or say they just don't have the budget. They're looking to pay $1,200, and the apartment they're looking at is $1,500. So that would be a reason why. So, the best properties to target are the ones that are full because they can turn people away right then and there. The next best are going to be a little more luxury properties, properties that are a little more expensive for the area, and then properties that don't work with any specific rental issues or anything like that. So they can always refer them to you. You can pay up to $50 for these referrals. A lot of properties don't accept money, so you can take them food, or you can take them little gifts or anything like that. If I personally know them, I've worked with them a couple times, and I got to know the leasing staff, I'll bring them like a bottle of wine or something on like a Friday or a Saturday or something like that, and they always really appreciate that. So that's really good. Also, getting referrals from other agents. Other agents, maybe they have a specific market or niche they're trying to focus on. So they can say they're only doing luxury properties. So maybe their minimum budget has to be at least $1,500. So if the client has a under $1,500 budget, then they're not going to work with them, so that they can refer them to you. Or maybe it's an agent that only wants to focus on homes, doesn't care about apartments. Again, they can refer them to you. And also, if the agent, maybe they only do home sales, and then you can do, home leases and apartment leases. So just networking is a huge deal. This is a great way to get great quality, solid leads. Probably the highest quality leads you'll get are from referrals. I know that's been personally for me and other agents. That's the ones you'll get. They're looking for, $3,000 budgets, $2,000 budgets. So networking, if you want solid quality leads, do that. You can pay up to $50 per referral. If they're a party to the transaction, you can pay more than $50. But if you do a good job, you don't have to pay for anything at all. So that's going to kind of wrap it up for this training. I hope everyone enjoyed it and found this to be informative. There's tons of options out there. So there's tons of options out there. So there's plenty to do. I hope everyone enjoyed this training and found it informative. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this training. I hope everyone found this informative and helped them out. There's a lot of good things that we can take advantage of in here. Craigslist is going to be probably the best thing starting out and getting your referrals going. I've never seen a person struggle because they have too many, Craigslist ads. 100% of the time, whenever I see someone struggling, it's because they have too few Craigslist ads, too few marketing materials out there. So make sure, you're putting the time and effort in to, really do a lot of lead generation. So that's going to wrap it up, though. We will have we will have 2 other trainings going over lead generation. Next one is going to be over paid lead generation. So it's going to be everything like sponsored ads, Google AdWords, Bing AdWords. I'm actually going to show you how to set those up and kind of walk you through it step by step, setting up a ad myself. And then I'm also going to show you a couple of websites where people actually pay to go on there and they ask for help. Their leads are just fine on there, and it's just people looking and asking for help because they are either too busy or they're just not quite sure how to do a lease. So I'm going to show you a couple of different websites like that. This is really good. We'll also have another training over social media. We'll kind of go more in depth on that. But until next time, I appreciate y'all and hope you have a successful. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this training. I hope everyone found it informative and is going to use all these tools. One of the big things, whenever I see someone struggling, it's not because they're doing too much lead generation. They don't have too many Craigslist ads or anything like that. It's always because they don't have too few. So as long as you put the time and effort in, you'll be just fine. So next, we're actually going to have 2 more lead generation courses over this. The next one's going to be over paid marketing. It's going to be things like Google AdWords, Bing AdWords, social media, sponsored ads, also a couple websites where people actually pay to go on there to ask for help for finding a place to live. And those leads are just fine. They have normal budgets. They're just needing assistance. Also, we'll have another training over social media, kind of going more into depth on that, little tips and tricks type thing. Well, that's going to be it for this, and I hope you all are successful and follow these tips, and you will be. Best of luck to everyone.